I was blessed to have my family around me over the Christmas holidays. Nothing brings more happiness to me than spending quality time with those that I love. I hope that you enjoyed the festive period in a similar fashion. As we approach the new year, our thoughts inevitably turn towards the future. Sadly, that future will be viewed with concern and anxiety for many on our islands this year, all because of the continuing uncertainty created by the pandemic. Some will be concerned for their health and the well-being of their loved ones as the community spread of the virus has worsened. Others face continued economic difficulties, unsure of when or how their jobs or businesses might be restored. And there are also many who are concerned whether the government truly understands what it takes to run the affairs of the country. Running government means not only managing today, but also providing for tomorrow, including saving for potential disasters. The current government has failed to ensure that Cayman is ready to face any future problems, given the increased spending and large borrowing in our new budget. These are all real concerns. Yet, despite the uncertainty, my message to you today is that we must remain hopeful. We have many reasons to be positive. We are blessed to live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and we have proven time and time again that we are a resilient and resourceful people. We have suffered terrible destruction from hurricanes and tropical storms and have bounced back even stronger than before. We have faced economic downturns and charted our way through them with a determination to forge a stronger and safer future. We succeeded every single time. I am confident that our resourcefulness and resiliency, greatly aided by the vaccines, will help us to emerge from this pandemic ready to thrive and prosper once again. Whilst we have a very high proportion of the population double vaccinated, government needs to redouble the efforts to get boosters to all those who qualify. Taking the vaccine and booster is important not just for our individual health, but also for the well-being of our whole community and our economy. It is by continuing to do what is best for the community that we will come through this challenge as we have so many others in the past. That sense of togetherness and shared purpose defines what is best in the Caymanian people. As we ramp up our border opening, we know that restarting tourism will be difficult. Unfortunately, the recent community spread here in Cayman, including the new Omicron variant and the US government's CDC travel warning, has presented further challenges to our reopening plan that will make the recovery of our tourism industry that much harder. In moving forward, the country cannot afford any further missteps in the management of the pandemic and the reopening. As we restart tourism, it is vital that the government work with and listen to those who have made tourism their life's work over many decades. These are our tourism experts and the very backbone of our tourism industry. An honest, close working partnership between the government and our tourism sector is crucial to securing a successful reopening and to ultimately benefit our people. The same is true for small Caymanian entrepreneurs who may be feeling let down by the government. Over recent months, my progressive colleagues and I have been critical of this government's handling of the pandemic and the reopening. We have done so not to score mere political points, but rather because we want to see the best possible outcomes for our islands. And we have differed with the government on how to achieve that. We have regularly offered our support and advice, and yes, criticism where needed. And we have been gratified that our advice has been heeded on several occasions, even if unacknowledged. Most notably, the government quickly backtracked on its declared intent to reduce the support to tourism workers. Instead, it has maintained the vital support keeping so many families' heads above water at this challenging time. Given the expected slow recovery of tourism, the government will also eventually understand the need to increase the tourism stipend to $2,000 a month as we have recommended. It is not difficult to do, and the money can be found within the existing budget and without further raising borrowing. It only takes a heartfelt decision to put the welfare of families before the vanity projects of some ministers. Just as the year ahead will continue to test us, so it will give us reasons to come together to celebrate. Most obviously, we will celebrate the Platinum Jubilee of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. In February, it will be 70 years since the Queen acceded to the throne. And in June, we look forward to the long weekend of celebrations. We will undoubtedly use the occasion to remember the Queen's visits to Cayman in 1983 and 1994. I recall those occasions with great pride as we were blessed by Her Majesty's presence and had the opportunity to showcase our wonderful islands and the warmth and affection of our people. And, of course, we continue to benefit from being part of the global British family. Our partnership with the United Kingdom enabled the successful vaccination and booster campaigns I spoke of earlier, including receiving advice and other assistance in dealing with the pandemic. On Heroes Day in January, we will celebrate and acknowledge our uniformed services. These include the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, Cayman Islands Fire Services, Customs and Border Control, Cayman Islands Prison Service, Cayman Islands Cadet Corps, Cayman Islands Coast Guard, and the Cayman Islands Regiment. My progressive colleagues and I look forward to recognizing the outstanding contributions of these remarkable men and women who work diligently to maintain the peace, protecting and maintaining the safety and security of the public they serve. 2022 will also herald another anniversary as we in the People's Progressive Movement, or the Progressives as we are known, celebrate the 20th anniversary of our party. That too is no small achievement. The Progressives came together out of love of country. It is that love that keeps us together, fighting for what we believe to be in the best interests of our people. We find ourselves now in opposition, but our desire to help our islands progress and improve remains as strong now as ever. Of course, our party was born with our founding members serving in opposition, but we believed that Cayman deserved and needed a new kind of organized politics that could create stable and effective governments capable of facing up to the demands of the modern world. That belief remains, and we have been successful in creating that kind of politics in Cayman. Strong and stable progressive-led governments gave momentum to the recoveries from Hurricane Ivan and the global economic crisis. A strong and stable progressive-led government successfully handled the response to COVID-19 through the first difficult year of the pandemic and provided solid public finances to help see us through the worst. It was a strong progressives-led administration that modernized our constitution and our relationship with the United Kingdom and strengthened our legislature such that the UK agreed for it to be renamed a parliament. As a party in government, we have delivered improvements that continue to benefit our people. Progressives have, amongst other things, been responsible for modernizing our physical infrastructure, improving education, strengthening our economy, encouraging entrepreneurship, and creating jobs and prosperity for Caymanians. And you can add to this the vast improvements we made in restoring government's finances over the past 2 terms. We have achieved much for our country over the past 20 years. I am proud to be the political leader of the Progressives as we celebrate this milestone. And just as I look forward with hope for our islands, I look forward with confidence for the Progressives. Just as we were born in opposition and then won 3 of the next 4 general elections, our time in opposition now will allow us to rebuild our strength, extend our engagement with the people, and develop our policy platform. We signaled at the last election that we were not seeking re-election simply to carry on in government. We put forward a manifesto of new ideas for the environment, economic diversification, and social progress, all while remaining fiscally responsible and working for a stronger, safer future for our islands. That is why, not just in 2022, but through to the next election, we will keep on making the argument for Progressives' policy positions and for positive change that benefits our islands and our people. Whatever uncertainties and anxieties cloud the future, this is one constant upon which everyone can rely. Thank you for listening to this message. I wish you and your family every happiness, health, and prosperity for the new year ahead. May God continue to bless you and your family and protect these beautiful Cayman Islands. Thank you.